All right. How's it going, everyone? What is going on? What's going on? What's going on? Interesting. uh, what's going on? We're back with more SoulSilver resets, looking for a shiny starter Pokemon. I was supposed to be here an hour ago. I wouldn't say I'm late. I got I got back home like 15 minutes before the stream was supposed to start, after like being out for 7 hours. So I was like, I'm a little tired. I kind of want to like lay down for a second, take a shower, and then start streaming. So I pushed it back an hour. Then we were like tiny bit, 5 minutes late from the 9 o'clock supposed to start. That's okay. That is no problem. That is all good. We are good to go. We are here. We are dandy handy randy. I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, so I am just in a weird, just in an interesting, funky little mood. Just kind of, yeah, I don't know what to say. Yeah, set this all up in a quick little hurry because I was like, oh, I am running late. We got to get this show on the road. We got to get going, get it to it. But yeah, how's it going? It's a nice, lovely Friday. Time moves so weirdly for me. Like I can never keep track of when is what and how and where and why, and it doesn't even, like, me saying just there like, oh yeah, it's Friday, like I think it's like it just registered me like it actually is Friday. Like days just bleed together and I don't know when is I'm just on the ride that is life, and we just chilling as we go along. I have no clue. Yeah, it is a nice Friday afternoon. I am clearly all over the place, but you know, it always takes a second to get things rolling, to get in the good old mood, in the zone, and what we got going on, and you know, for me to find my footing, because you know, I could probably have my bearings down a little bit better if I didn't last second get things up and rolling and starting and going. You know, if I was like, you know, prepared and like ready to roll 10 minutes ahead of stream time instead of 5 minutes afterwards, then I'd probably be more like, you know, rocking and rolling. But me and time management, yeah, it's been a battle. It's been a battle for 28 years. And I'm sure it's a battle that'll continue the rest of my life. But yeah, I really hope we get a shiny starter today. I hope we get one of these three to shine for us, because we need a full odd shiny. We need it. We have only gotten cute charm glitch shinies for the living deck so far. We have not found a good old 1 in 8,192 shiny yet. You know, we've been going at Tepig for 4 months now, very regularly. We're about to hit odds, and yet we what up Fly, what up, how's it going? Yeah, so we just need a full odds shiny to really get some momentum swinging in our favor for this shiny living decks, because yeah, we got 55 shinies on the docket, but it feels a little slow rolling, you know. It's like, yeah, I've gotten 55 shinies, sure, but you know, there's a lot of really cool shinies out there to hunt, and a lot of really cool hunts that I'm really looking forward to. And it's like, I'm ready to get the ball on the road. Yeah, that's not a saying, I don't think. But yeah, we'll get there eventually. Things will start moving and shaking, but until then, we are here along for a merry dandy little ride. So yeah, what's going on? Anything interesting happening? Can't freaking speak. Anything interesting going on with anyone? Any fun weekend plans? Anything exciting or noteworthy to talk about? For me, can't really say so. This week was a pretty, I guess it wasn't the greatest week in the world, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. But in terms of like personal stuff, you know, personal life, it is just another mundane week, another just run of the mill, working, doing a whole lot of nothing really. That's it just feels like a whole lot of nothing a lot of times. Just a lot of work, rest, repeat, work, rest, repeat. But finally feeling unsick. Also, I need to go to a chiropractor. Desperately need to go to a chiropractor, but I have not. I don't know. I'm scared to like go to one because some people swear by them. Some people are like, "Oh my god, it's the greatest thing I've ever done. I've never felt better." And then some people are like, gonna tell you that they're gonna break your spine and paralyze you, and I'm like, I definitely don't want that. That would certainly not be better than the situation I'm in now, but like I could certainly use an adjustment if it was done properly. What I keep telling myself I need to get that I haven't done yet is an inversion table, something to, you know, hang upside down in, you know, flip myself upside down, get a little anti-gravity on my back, you know, let gravity work in the opposite direction instead of compressing my spine, try and elongate it. I mean, I've been saying I want to get one of those for 2 years now, probably. I don't know why I can't commit to getting stuff. It's my attention span. It's like my ability to like keep track of what I need to be prioritizing and getting. Yeah, I'm really trying with the stretching and the exercising. At least I'm trying to work myself into the exercising. The issue I'm having with my lower back, anytime I try doing heavy like lifting or heavy exercising, I always seem to trigger something that like really hurts in my lower back. And so I'm trying to be a bit more cautious this time around and just do like more light exercising and stuff. Not full on weightlifting, you know, like I used to do a lot of heavy weightlifting, a lot of intense workouts, and now I try and do that and I get home and I'm like, okay, my body hurts, but not in like a good way. Not in the like, oh yeah, I'm sore, I feel real productive after a good lift. Nah, I get done and I'm like, I feel like there's a knife in my lower back. I feel you. I've thought about, you know, I've seen the you know, concept of calisthenics and been like, oh, that'd be pretty cool, but I just, yeah, don't know how well I could commit to that versus just going to a gym and like lifting weights. Because it's like, yeah, the nice thing about calisthenics is like you can do it at home. You don't have to go anywhere to do it. But I feel like I sorely need a reason and a way to get out of the house and not be here all the time, and while also being active and like doing something that also keeps me like off my phone. So for me, a lot of it is like having a place to go to like decompress and get away, get out of touch, desensitize. I don't know what word I'm looking for there, but yeah. Yup. Yeah, I was never, you know, I used to weightlift. I was weightlifting a lot for like 2 years, from like middle of 2018 to middle of 2020, and I was never doing insane like heavy lifts or anything. Like I wasn't trying to do any fucking like massive PR like huge lifts or anything like that. I was doing more like, well, in hindsight, I might have been overloading too much in the reps department. Like I wasn't doing crazy weights, but I was doing a lot of reps, and I probably was overdoing it. then I wouldn't be surprised if my lower back issues are actually from a little bit of overworking myself back then. Because when I first started noticing these lower back problems, I was still very active and was still working out very regularly, so it definitely could have still just been the sitting around, because I like when I started to notice these lower back issues was also when I started just sitting like 10 hours a day, 4 days a week for work. And I'm sure that, you know, even with the level of activity I was doing outside of work, you know, sitting for basically 10 hours straight with not very good posture. I did not think about posture very much back then. It was not on my mind. And so I was not sitting very well, very properly, and probably put myself in a position of hurting my back without realizing it. Yeah, I really don't know. Like, I really can't pinpoint when it started, like what seemed to be the tipping point. Because I really started to notice it like when I was sitting in a chair at work. You know, it was maybe 5-6 months after I really started just sitting around a lot for work that I started to notice the lower back stuff. I don't remember doing anything with a lift and like feeling something and being like, oh shit, that did not feel right. Did I just hurt myself? So I might have maybe, and I just didn't recognize it or didn't acknowledge it and just pushed past it. Who knows? It's been so long now. It's hard to say. But yeah, I'm trying to slowly work it back. Try and get a little better. I'm sure it certainly did not help also that when like COVID hit and I started working from home a lot, I didn't invest in like a solid home office setup. You know, at the time I was living in like a really small apartment and was working primarily out of the living room at like a very small desk, and I wasn't even using a desk chair. I was in a lazy boy recliner working for basically 2 years almost. And yeah, probably, I mean, sitting back and relaxing in a recliner like that, not too bad for you, but trying to like sit up at a desk and work properly for, you know, time, probably not the best. I've never been the kind of person that can fall asleep like anywhere. I have to be in bed. I cannot fall asleep if I'm not in bed. Specifically not in my, like, it's harder for me to fall asleep in other beds. Like, my own bed is where I fall asleep the easiest. But, like, couches, chairs, floors, and, you know, blow-up mattresses, like, yeah, I cannot sleep if it's not, if I'm not in my bed. Like, it does not matter how exhausted I am on a plane ride. I cannot fall asleep in a plane seat. Can't do it. Like, cannot fall asleep on a plane. I try. You can't do it. It's like I'm so uncomfortable on planes that like there's just no chance. Okay, I guess that's fair. During high school, I certainly could fall asleep at at my desk. That is for sure. I could certainly fall asleep at the desk in school, in high school. Oh, hello, Leo. Hello. Where'd you come from? Oh, are you following mom around? I guess sometimes during college, depending on how tired I was and how boring the lecture was, I would start dozing off a bit, but I guess those were exceptions. I don't know what was going on there, but yeah, I guess falling asleep in school was something I could do for some reason. But I think if I tried to fall asleep at a desk like that now, I don't think I could do it. Like, I think I would. I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could lay down comfortably at a desk like that anymore. In fact, I know I can't. I've tried. When I was working in office, you know, when we got brought back from COVID, when we were in like a cubicle, I wouldn't really try it because like it's very obvious when you're trying to sleep at a desk, and when you're in a cube and people can walk by and see you, you don't want to risk getting in trouble. So I wouldn't really do it then, but we ended up moving to a different location for work. Our group got moved around, and I got a walled office with a door, and I would close the door because I like my privacy. I like my space. So most everyone in my group, in my office space, would keep their doors open and like available for people, and I was like, nope, door closed, you need me, you gotta knock. And there were a couple times where I was so tired and a little bit so bored, I tried falling asleep at my desk, like taking a little nap. Couldn't do it. Yeah, I guess I grew out of the falling asleep at desks ability. Could have been paranoia, maybe keeping me awake, being a little bit like, you know, oh, if I fall asleep and someone comes in and it's very obvious that I was sleeping, then that could be bad. But it was pretty rare that I actually had someone coming by to bother me regularly. Like, the big reason I left that job was because I was like, why are we not working from home? We are all just on our computer all day. We're all, you know, most of the 90% of the time when we want to talk to each other, even though we were in offices right next to each other, we just message each other on the computer. Like, hardly ever. Like, the only people that would really ever go try and talk to you were like management. And even then, a lot of times it was just messaging you. Like, there was no reason for us to have been there. And so yeah, I very rarely actually had someone coming by my office trying to bother me. Did I just click that once? No, I'm good. Hey, Puffin, what up, what up? Thanks for dropping on in. Appreciate it. But yeah, it really did rub me the wrong way. I was like, we did work from home for 2 years. I know there were some project groups amongst our company that got in trouble for maybe not meeting deadlines and stuff, but like my project, we were always on top of it. We always got commended by, you know, upper management, by the overseers. They were always like, oh, y'all are doing such a great job. And then they brought us back full time, and I was like, why? We were doing so good at home. Like, why full time? Like, okay, if you want to say like, oh, you got to come in the office 2 days a week, it would have been a little annoying, but I was like, I can accept it, I guess. But they were just so adamant. They're like, nope, we got to be here full time. And I was like, I don't like this. No. And so yeah, I left. Yeah, that's pretty good luck, not duping up on anything. I doubt that'll be my luck. I've gotten Chikorita before. I get the feeling I'm probably gonna get it again. I mean, I certainly need it again, but I'd like a little variety, you know. I'd like a little change of pace. But yeah, when you need 649 shinies, I guess you take what you can get. As long as like, yeah, I would just like for this hunt to be quicker than than the Tepig. I need some a little bit of a what I don't know what phrase I'm looking for here. I'm just completely brain farted on that, but yeah, Tepig's been taking so long. I would like for this one to be kind of nice and gentle on us, a little bit, you know, a bit less time intensive. We've really, I mean, we haven't even really sunk that much time into this hunt, though, is the thing. Like, it's only the 4th time I've actually sat down to do this hunt, which is wild because, like, if you multiply the resets by 3, we're, you know, 3,400 resets in. We're like averaging just under, I guess of what, this is the 4th stream. Yeah, we're averaging like just under 1,000 encounters a stream. Like that's pretty good, especially considering how many times we've streamed the Tepig hunt, and yeah, we are not doing nearly as well on the pace. Where was I going with all that? I gotta be honest, I started talking and I just completely forgot where I was going. Let's see. There's really nothing interesting well, I guess I can't fully say that. I don't. When was the last time? When did TCG Pocket come out? And when was the last time I streamed? Pokemon TCG Pocket might have been out the last time I streamed, and I guess I just didn't talk about it, maybe? Probably it. I think I probably just forgot to talk about it. Probably not everyone. I know a lot of people who drop in on the streams are not really into the TCG and all that, but TCG Pocket, the new app, it's cool. It's cool. It's neat. It's been pretty fun to just kind of casually enjoy here there. Oh, excuse me. I know some people have gone pretty hard on it, pretty crazy, really invested into it, but I'm trying to I'm trying to do it, but yeah, that's fair. It is a bit, it's really a gotcha. It's a gotcha game. It's a money game, you know. Sure, you can do it without spending any money, but you're gonna be way behind the people who are spending money because you're only opening like, you know, 2 packs a day plus a few extra that you can like unlock with some perks that you gradually gain over, you know, doing stuff. And the battling on it, the actual card game itself, the playing of the cards on the app is cool. Like, I've dabbled in the full card game a little bit, and doing this one, I would say I prefer it's a dumbed down version of the card game. I mean, to be honest, like, it's not nearly in depth as the oh, Leo, when did you get down there? It's not nearly in depth as the official card game, but I kind of like it more. I like the play style of it, but it's kind of hard to play when you're not really opening all that many packs because you're not spending money on the game. And since the packs are random and what you're pulling is random, it's like it's sometimes a little hard to build a usable deck to actually play, even though you only need 20 cards per deck. But it's still like you're only getting 5 cards a pack. When you open, you know, 2 a day, that's only 10 cards, and if you duplicate, you get duplicates, then you're not really expanding the cards you can use. And it's fun, it's neat. I pulled some really cool stuff. I somehow pulled, there's a, you know, like a character art, alternate art kind of Dragonite. I pulled it in my 2nd pack. I was really surprised about that. Yeah, I'm definitely not paying for digital packs and all that. Like, I'm playing what they give me, and Yeah, I was doing a bit with it, you know, when I first started, but it's now just turned into, okay, let me get on twice a day to open a pack and maybe do some battling, you know, the little playable TCG on there, here, there, but got a little extra light for me. So yeah, it's a neat little game. It runs really well. You know, it runs great. It looks great. The card art is incredible. I think the people who play the actual TCG more seriously and therefore they use the Pokemon TCG Live, I think they're a little bit a little bit miffed about the quality of TCG Pocket, because TCG Live is dog water. Like, it is a bad app. It's a bad software. It is not good. Like, I was more into watching and like, yeah, I was more into watching the like content about playing the TCG than I ever was really playing it myself. And yeah, one of the guys I watched, Tricky Jim, he loathes Pokemon TCG Live because it's just so poorly just done in every way. But then TCG Pocket is like so nice. It's like it works so well. So yeah, and it's kind of weird because like for the longest time, like the Pokemon cards didn't have a Pokemon company like official online game for it. Like the Pokemon TCG Online was run by another company that just like was a fan of the card game, and so was kind of created the online client to play with. And yeah, the Pokemon company ended up like kind of partnering with it and creating like code cards that you could redeem on the website. I don't think it ever had an app. It was just a website. Well, I guess I think it had like a downloadable like app, but not on like a phone or anything, just computer. But then eventually the Pokemon company was like, okay, well, we want like our own online trading card platform to play on. So they started creating Pokemon TCG Live, and yeah, I don't think they didn't do a very good job with it. I haven't heard much on it in like probably a year. Kind of stopped following all of it, but I don't really think it ever got any better, much better. And then the Pokemon company then just goes and creates TCG Pocket, a like kind of side competitor to the TCG Live, but TCG Pocket is like just a much better made app. Just runs, and yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. I imagine they saw the popularity of Pokemon cards pop off, you know, 2020, 2021. So they're like, okay, how do we capitalize on this in a mobile gacha game? And then they created TCG Pocket. Oh man. Boom, boom. Oh, Leo, what you doing down there, buddy? Just go forward a tiny little bit. Try and sit back some if I can. Oh, and there goes Leo. He was chilling in here for a second, but something caught his attention. He said, I am being called to. I must go. You can turn that light off. But I will say, I kind of wish they would make some of these, like they made exclusive card art for the TCG Pocket app. I kind of wish they would make some of them into real cards, because like they're really freaking good looking. Like they made some really damn good looking cards exclusively for this app. And like, I'm sure they won't actually come to the physical card game because they need to leave a, leave something to draw people into the TCG Pocket versus the you know, real cards, real game. But they do look incredibly good. Man. Oh man, already 70 resets in on the day. Like, that's wild. We are 31 minutes in, and we've already done more encounters tonight than we normally do in an entire Tepig stream. Like, a normal Tepig stream gets about 200 encounters in for about 2.5 hours. We're 30 minutes in, and we've already done more than that in terms of number of encounters on this. Which, that actually reminds me, I think it might have been yesterday, I saw someone posted on like the shiny hunting subreddit that they had been doing a SoulSilver, Heart Gold, whatever starter reset hunt since 2017, and they hadn't gotten anything. And I saw that at first and I was like, holy, how is that even possible to do a hunt like this for 7 years and not get anything? But I went and read the description and the comments and stuff, and the person that posted it was like, yeah, so when I do this hunt, I typically get about 15 resets in an hour, and I typically only do it like 1, maybe 2 hours a week. And I was like, I read that and I'm just like, how are you only getting in 15 resets an hour in this game? I can do 15 resets in, I think, like 5 minutes. Most of the comments, oh, you saw that too? Most of the comments were also like, bro, how are you only doing 15 resets an hour? That's a bit that's a bit ridiculous. But then I saw them like double back on it in one of the comments, and they're like, well, actually it's probably more like 50 resets an hour, which is still incredibly slow. Like, you can do a lot more than 50 resets an hour with this game. 50 is still not very fast paced, but, and then they gave a rough estimate for the number of hours they put into it, and people were doing the math and they were like, you're barely over odds in terms of like number of Pokemon you've seen. You really just haven't gotten anything because you're going really slow. Like, I think in some of the comments he said like, oh, I'm just being really thorough to make sure I don't miss anything. And I'm like, okay, fair enough, but like even then, like, that's just slow. Like, you're just, I understand maybe like you're distracted, like maybe you're watching a movie while you're doing it, and so you get distracted by the movie, and it's like, so you're not maybe going as fast as you could, but still, I did think it was kind of funny. Because yeah, at first the post really pulls you in. You're like, wow, 7 years on this hunt? That's crazy. But then you actually read it and you're like, oh, you're just taking your sweet time. I mean, I guess for Chikorita and Cyndaquil, if you're not like the most observant, you could miss them. Like, their shinies are different enough than the regulars, but like, I guess if you were going by this really quickly and that was a shiny, I mean, Cyndaquil's what? The top of it's like red, a little like kind of a soft red compared to the blue. Yeah, I think they would call that blue. And the flames might be a slightly different color. So like, I could kind of understand wanting to be careful because like you go by these quick enough and not really, and you're like half paying attention. I could kind of understand maybe you miss it. And then Chikorita also is like, I mean, it's different enough. You know, the leaf is a different color, the body is a different, you know, but it's not like absurdly different. So if you're not paying attention super well, I guess you could miss it. I don't think Chikorita turns red. I mean, I get like, I don't know. I really don't think any of them are that like super difficult to miss. You know, if you're paying somewhat attention, you can definitely tell that these things are shiny. But I understand being paranoid and not wanting to reset over it. I wish that Cyndaquil shiny stayed the same as it was in Generation 2. Because like Gen 2 shiny Cyndaquil looks really freaking good. I mean, current one's not bad by any means, but Gen 2 with the like purplish flames. Yeah, that's I mean, it would it would really conflict with the fact that Typhlosion also had the purplish flames in the Gen 2 shiny. But now there's Hisuian Typhlosion that has purple flames, so you know, maybe obviously when they changed the shiny for the Cyndaquil line 20 years ago when they went from Gen 2 to Gen 3, they weren't thinking about Hisuian variant 20 years down the road. I feel like I keep seeing a hair like dangling off the top of my hat. Maybe it's in my glasses. I don't know. There's like something. I see a little like something on my peripherals. What is this? Is it on my eyelash? Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, man. Started messing with my eyes, and now I'm like, now I can't see straight. Goodness. Hold on one second. What did I just do? Okay. Should be good. I don't know. That was weird. Oh, now I got something in my eye. Good Lord, what is going on right now? I don't know. Does that ever happen to anyone else? You're like, you get like a little like film or something over your eye. You gotta like try and blink it away and like makes your vision kind of blurry. I was like messing with my eye and now I got all that going on. Oh, accidentally hit the yes there. Try not to yawn too much, but man, I've been getting real tired lately. I mean, I'm always tired, but I go to bed. I feel like I get a pretty good amount of sleep, and I still wake up just exhausted. Yeah, I can't with the eyes in the face. Or eyes in the face. I very much can with eyes in the face. I quite need them. Hair in my eyes, in my face, what I meant to say. I used to have longer hair. You know, the Justin Bieber cut way back in the day. You know, the big, kind of big swoopy going across the forehead. I could not stand it like falling down into my face though, like near my eyes. I was constantly like moving my hair out of the way, doing the little flip. Probably why I have like a crick in my neck, or like a little, I feel like my neck is like slightly bent to the left more than it is to the right. Like I feel like it curves a little bit to the left. And I feel like that's because I spent so many years just like doing my head like this to like get my hair out of my face. Leo, what you doing back there, buddy? But yeah, now I'm like, nah, I keep my hair pretty short. It's not like super short right now, but it's also not long either, but it's longer than I normally like to keep it at the moment. I like to try and keep it like up and away out of my face. And yeah, I have very thin, straight hair, so my hair tends, if it gets long enough, it just falls straight down into my face, and like, yeah, I really don't like it. So I wear hats a lot. I think I wear a hat in basically every stream that I've ever done. I've been wearing a hat. There might have been 2, maybe 3 streams I haven't been wearing one, just because there are some random days where I'm just like, oh, I'm kind of feeling my hair, you know, I did it, you know, I'm feeling good, so I won't wear a hat one stream. But yeah, I generally wear hats most of the time, just because my hair also doesn't cooperate well with product and like styling a lot of times. For the most part, typically have issues with keeping it up and kind of into the position I want. So sometimes it just becomes a bit of a hassle to do my hair, and so I just wear a hat. Oh, there's Ryder. Leo's been in here, buddy. Now you're coming too. You come and hang out too, Rai? All right, well, we're about to get to 100 resets on the stream. We started at 1100. We're about to hit 12, and what do you know? 100 resets down, 300 encounters later, and we're not looking to be having a shiny yet. What y'all doing down there, huh? What y'all doing? Here's what at. That'll be 3,300 encounters after. Actually, no, we're going to be even more than that. We're going to be 3,600 encounters. So pretty solid number of encounters. We're close. We're getting real close to halfway to odds. Make sure there isn't a. I gotta be careful. Sometimes my dogs are down there right below my feet, and then I go to move them, kind of stretch them out, and then accidentally give them a little nudge, in my feet. I'm always like, when did y'all get down here? Y'all just want to lay in here? Y'all don't want to be out there with mom? What's she doing? She make a lot of noise. What's she doing? I think she might be decorating. Now that Halloween is over, I think she might be getting the Christmas stuff out, potentially. She said I am correct. So she's getting into the festive holiday mood at 10 o'clock at night. I get in weird spurts of productivity as well. I think we all do it. I think we all randomly will just be like, you know what? I feel like doing everything right now. I've been putting it off, and now it's time to get it all done. Couldn't tell you. Do you think you could turn off the hallway light? All right, well, there we go. 100 resets on the day, 300 total encounters. What do you know? Still no shiny. Yeah, I would typically be a wait until after Thanksgiving person to put up Christmas stuff, but no, she says no. We get into the holiday spirit now in this household. Her favorite Christmas movie is Elf. Oh, correction. Favorite movie of all time is Elf. Solid movie. It's a solid movie for sure. Funny movie, you know. Nice, good, solid Christmas movie. Is this thing? I need to rotate you some. You've been. So I think my microphone has been slowly not that it really matters, but I think it's been slowly rotating on the what do you call it? I don't know. On the mic arm, on the like screw base of it. But I'm sure we'll probably wait a little bit to put the tree up. Like, you know, the other Christmas stuff will go out now. I'm sure probably, you know, probably be like early December when we put up the Christmas tree. She's looking at me like I'm insane. Funny thing is, she doesn't have a choice. Yeah, but she can't do it herself. I would love to see her try. Love to see her try. Mm-hmm. What you doing, Lily? Oh, what you doing? Yeah. Come here, little boy. What you doing, huh? What you doing? Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. You just chilling on the ground. Are you hiding a little bit? You're like, there's a lot of commotion. Here, you want to check? Is there a shiny on the screen, Leo? Huh, what you think? Is Cyndaquil going to be shiny? Nope. What about Totodile? He said no. Put me down, damn it. And Chikorita? Nope. Okay. Well, I was thinking maybe if he like participated in the reset with us, it would be lucky, but didn't work. I thought you would bring good luck, little Lee, but it did not happen. It did not work. My plea for shiny luck is going unheard. What's going on, little Leo? Oh, what's going on? Did y'all have a fun day home alone by yourselves, or did y'all just sleep the whole time? We were out and about, just kind of window shopping. Just wanted to get out and go do something today, and you know, we have a little home little camera system, and we check in on them time to time, and sometimes sometimes you catch it's mostly Leo. Ryder doesn't really act too sad or sulky about it. He's pretty chill being alone, but you'll catch Leo just laying there looking like he's the saddest little thing in the world. He's just got this look on his face like, my parents have abandoned me. I will never see them again. I am so sad. It is so tough to be an 11-pound dog. He just looks distraught. He does not know being left home alone like the other one does. Leo, we got Leo, and he just doesn't. I mean, I work from home, and then outside of taking him to like my parents or Emily's parents or like Emily's grandma, like Leo's like seen 3, maybe 4 places his entire life, and he just does not. He's just always here with us. Meanwhile, Ryder's been all over everywhere with us. He's been Ryder's been to what's it called? Duluth, Minnesota, Madison, Wisconsin, Chicago, Illinois, Kansas City, Missouri. Ryder's been all over Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. Like Ryder's done some traveling with us, and Leo's been Leo's been a bit more isolated, or I shouldn't say isolated, less traveled. Yeah, there was a little time where we were all over the place, and yeah, Ryder was with us. It wasn't really, it was Emily's first job out of college, wanted her training up in the Minnesota, Wisconsin area, and so they were putting her up in a hotel up there, and I decided to go live with her for 4 months. And while we were up there, we went to a Harry Styles concert in Chicago, and obviously we had Ryder in the hotel with us in Wisconsin, so we took him with us to Chicago, and he stayed there for the concert. And then the next day we drove to Kansas City, Missouri for a Chiefs-Bills football game. Ryder came with us to that too, stayed in the hotel in Kansas City. And where'd you go? Oh, no, he's down there. I'm trying to think, has Ryder been anywhere else? I don't think he went with us. No, he didn't go with us when we went to like Jacksonville or anything. I'm trying to remember if there's anywhere else we've gone with Ryder. I don't think so. But I mean, like, Leo hasn't even been to a dog park before. Like that, I don't really know if there is one. I don't know if Ryder hasn't actually been to a dog park, because I don't think Ryder would do very well at a dog park. But Ryder's been to like park areas to like roam around and walk and stuff and interact with people and other dogs. But I don't really know if there's one close to us now. Like, there was one very close to us when we first got Ryder and where we lived back then, and now there's not really many close, like, good spaces like that for us anymore. So I mean, now we have a backyard for them to, it's not a very big backyard, we don't have a very big fence, but it's enough space for them to roam around, more so than we had for Ryder when we were in an apartment. But I'm sure Leo is a-okay with that. Leo hates walks. The only dog I've ever known that hates going on a walk. Every other dog acts like it's the greatest thing in the world, jumping around, so excited, like, oh my god, we're going on a walk. This is the greatest day ever. Leo cowers in fear. He hides. He pees himself. He trembles. He turns into a board. Like, I don't know what happened to him before we got him, but because, like, he's been like that since we got him. First time we ever tried putting a harness on him, he acted like it was the most traumatizing event ever. And we're just like, buddy, it's all okay. Leo is a very timid dog. He's kind of rubbed off on Ryder a tiny bit. Ryder enjoys going on walks, but he like resists it at first. He like tries to run away, act like he's uninterested, kind of jumps in his dog bed like, oh no, I'm good. But then you get the harness on him and you actually put him on the leash and get outside, and he's like, okay, this is great. I'm so happy. Let's run around and play and have fun. You actually get Leo on a harness, on a leash, like going on a walk. Leo is just laser focused, head right in front of him, looking at nothing else. He doesn't get distracted by anything. He doesn't try and sniff anything. He doesn't try and pee on anything. Like, he is dead focused on getting the walk over as quickly as possible. If Ryder will get into moods, into shenanigans, and you try and pull him back on the leash, and he's fighting you on it. With Leo, you put him on a leash. If you put even the slightest little bit of tension in that leash to like pull him back, he stops immediately, dead in his tracks. He's like, what's going on? What's the matter? Why? What's happening? He's like, I will not move. What are we doing? It's just, it's funny how different they are. Which, it's a good thing we didn't have Leo when we were living in that hotel, because obviously living in a hotel, the only way to take a dog outside to go to the bathroom is put them on a harness. I keep saying harness and a leash. And then take them out, walk them around, let them go to the bathroom. Ryder was capable of doing that. Leo, good lord, Leo would have been peeing inside that hotel every day. Hey, buddies. Christmas vacation? Oh. I forget about all these decorations she has. The moose mug from Christmas Vacation. How could I have forgotten that we have that? Oh man. Finally get my proper lighting back. Sometimes I forget I have this massive Gengar Squishmallow down here, and I look at my camera and I see the red eyes down here below my mic arm, and it's just like, oh yeah, I forgot you are down there, just chilling. I don't really have any room to put it anywhere else, so it's just kind of like down here below the folding table, which I guess it kind of works. It's kind of menacingly underneath the table in the shadows, just kind of like Gengar would do, but it's mainly I just don't have the room. And I've been going to Target recently and noticed they had, you know, a giant Palkia pop figure, because I have this giant Arceus one down here. I saw it at GameStop months back and was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I'll pick up the giant Arceus pop figure. I don't normally buy big pop figures like that. I have like one other one. It's a big All Might that's like back here in this cube. But yeah, I got the Arceus and was like, okay, that's a cool little one-off. Well, now they have Palkia at Target, and I've been like, well, it's like, I was like, well, I'm not going to get it because there's no Dialga, so like, I'm not going to have Arceus and just Palkia. It doesn't really make any sense. And they're really big pop figures. I don't really have the space for all of them. Well, today I went by GameStop and they have the Dialga ones. So now I'm sitting here like, well, I know I can get massive Palkia and massive Dialga, so I could get them both now. But I barely have the space for the massive Arceus that's already on the ground right here. So like, where am I going to put two more giant pop figures? And then heaven forbid, they come out with a freaking giant Giratina. And then if I were to get Dialga and Palkia to go with the Arceus and then Giratina comes out, it's just like, well, now I gotta get Giratina too. What do I do with all these massive pop figures? Yeah, it would be cool, and like I really was fighting the urge today to pick up the Dialga and then go back to Target and get Palkia, but it's also expensive. They're like $50 a piece. At least I think maybe they're a bit cheaper. That Arceus, actually the Arceus one was like 30 something, so maybe I could get the other two. Might be not as bad as I think they are. I think though, if they were, it's just, I don't know. I might pass on the Dialga and the Palkia, but if they were to come out with a giant Giratina, I think I would get that one. I think I would get the giant Giratina to go with the giant Arceus, because, like, you know, gotta have Pokemon God and Satan if they're both out. You know, gotta have them both. And then storing that wouldn't be too hard. I guess I could just put, you know, I could just stack them one on top of the other right there and just have Arceus and Giratina. But something tells me they're not going to come out with the Giratina. I don't know why. I feel like they would just do Arceus, Dialga, and Palkia. But maybe I'm wrong. Ooh, that felt good. Just got a good little neck pop out there. And guys, I really need one of y'all to shine for me. I need this in my life. Oh goodness, what was that about? I need one of these to illuminate. Bring me to the promised land. Do I have anything on the I don't really have anything on the docket, on the agenda today. Can't really say I do. Tomorrow's gonna be real interesting with my team's football game. Georgia's playing Ole Miss, and I'm a little scared. I'm a little worried. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. You going to bed? Gotcha. Yeah, I'm a bit worried about the game. It is on the road, and yeah, we've been, like, you know, we've been winning. You know, we've been pulling out the win in these games, and yeah, we have one loss, but It's just the way we've been playing has not been convincing, and honestly, I'm not really sure how we pulled out some of these wins. And our quarterback has not been playing well. He is not doing well whatsoever. Throwing a lot of interceptions, putting us in pretty precarious situations constantly, and I feel like the winning can only continue for so long with that style of play. So I'm a bit worried. They're a solid team, so tomorrow could be a rough one for your boy. I mean, likely we lose the game. We probably still make the college football playoff, so it wouldn't be like the end of the world, but it would be, you know, a big negative for sure, and would also mean like we cannot lose another game. Not at all. But I guess also when it comes to Pokemon cards, and we were talking about TCG Pocket earlier, I bought a booster box the other day. First time I've bought a booster box in a long time. I normally do not buy booster boxes. If I open packs, it's like 3-pack blisters, maybe the little 6-pack bundle, occasionally an ETB, but even ETBs don't feel like they're worth the money anymore. I just happened to go by a card shop, my local card shop, and was like, oh, they have the new Surging Sparks set out. They have the booster box, and I was like, I haven't opened a booster box in probably 2 years. I hardly ever opened them, so I decided to open it, and I mean, it wasn't bad. It's still, it's fun to open up that many packs, but I didn't pull anything like crazy or of note. You know, it was just some kind of cool, aesthetically pleasing looking cards, but nothing groundbreaking. I think my big hits from the box were these two, you know, full arts. Got a little Tatsugiri Stellar Terra full art thing, and then a Alicia, you know, full art. Those are like the only two things I actually pulled. I guess of note, I also pulled like I think the new A-Spec cards look really cool. You know, I think these pinkish, they're not pinkish, they are very pink. I think these pink A-Spec cards look really sweet. You know, I think they're aesthetically very pleasing, so there are a couple of those that came out of it, and then pulled a couple whatchamacallits, art rares. It was fun to open, but I don't know, you try not to think about it too much, but then you get done with it, you're like, okay, I just spent $130 to open this booster box, and I pulled $20 worth of cards I actually care to keep. It's like, it's about the fun, it's about the experience of, you know, sitting down, ripping packs, just doing, you know, just throwing caution to wind and just hoping maybe you hit something crazy big. But you do get that little thought in the back of your head that's just like, well, maybe we could have saved that $130 and just bought a card that we really like. But this has been going on with me for 4 years now. I don't think I'm kicking the pack opening draw just yet. I definitely don't open them like I used to, but I still get the itch. I mean, I bought more packs today of Surging Sparks as well at a GameStop where I saw the big old Dialga pop figure. They had Surging Sparks 3-pack blisters, and I like to open any card product that has promo cards in it. Seabass, what's going on? What's going on? Thanks for dropping on in. I would like to get Totodile. That would be my number one. Cyndaquil is perfectly fine too. And really Chikorita, I mean, I need all of them for the shiny living decks, but I've gotten Chikorita before while doing this, so I'd prefer to get one of the other two. Most of all, I'd want Totodile. But yeah, I mostly open Pokemon cards when they have little promo cards like this in the packaging. Can't really see the hollow on it too well, but you know, it's got like hollow border, hollow on the card. It would focus. I don't know, it doesn't want to for some reason. It's a Zapdos. Yeah, I like to open 3-pack blisters and stuff like that. Occasionally when I see cool little I see sparkly hollow Pokemon cards, I get I get drawn in. You know, it's, ooh, shiny. And it's mainly because my favorite like holo pattern, my favorite aesthetic they've ever done for Pokemon cards is the Cosmos holo, as they call it. You know, the little stars and circles, and it's not the classic holo pattern like the original holo pattern from, you know, the first Pokemon card sets. At least for us, the Cosmos holo was the pattern in Japanese. I don't know why the first 3 card sets in English had a different style of holo pattern. It was kind of similar. It's called like Galaxy, I think, versus Cosmos. Again, like stars and stuff, but different. I guess English was trying to be unique and then realized that the Japanese holo just looked so much better. And so then from base set 2 onward, they went with that Cosmos holo. But then starting in Black and White, they went away from it. So for basically all of Generation 1, Gen 2, 3, 4, the holos had the Cosmos holo pattern, which I think is the best holos I've ever looked. And then they, and Black and White's holo pattern really wasn't the worst thing. It was different. It was like lines. It was, you know, horizontal lines of holo shine. It still looked cool. Like they still look, you know, they're still sparkly. They're still nice, but not quite. It's like the second best holo pattern they've come out with. The shoot, going into X and Y and Sun and Moon though, those holos are bad. Like, I understand by X and Y, no one cares about pulling holos anyways. They're the consolation pull of packs at that point. You know, you want the EXs, you want the full arts. Holos are just kind of like whatever. But doesn't mean you have to make them ugly. And they just give them this kind of like mirror-ish little sheen to them for the holo, and it doesn't pop, it doesn't catch your attention, it doesn't look all that great. And then what? I think they did that for X, Y, and Sun and Moon, and then they did for Sword and Shield. They did similar to Black and White, but instead of horizontal like holo lines, it was like vertical. But it doesn't look as good for the Sword and Shield ones. I don't know why it didn't translate the same. Like the Black and White ones are still kind of cool looking, but the Sword and Shield holo is just not, they don't hit the same. They're better than X and Y and Sun and Moon for sure, but. And then what? I think really the current holos are not much different from X and Y and all that too. Yeah, the holos nowadays aren't very good either. They're just kind of like a little shine to them, so they're not great as well. Have I played the Gen 2 Pokemon? The Gen 2 Pokemon games were my first Pokemon games. Pokemon Crystal was the first Pokemon game I ever played, so yep, sure have. The only Pokemon games I have never played are the new ones. I've never played Scarlet and Violet, and I've never played Legends Arceus. That's it. I played every other mainline Pokemon game. There's plenty of side Pokemon games I've never played, but when it comes to mainline Pokemon games, I've played them all except for the 3 most recent. Oh, started moving too quick. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the older games. I'm a 2D, sprite-based Pokemon purist. 3D game. I don't absolutely despise the 3D games, but they are not my cup of tea. They are not really what when I think of Pokemon. I'm 28. I'm a bit older. When I first got into Pokemon, it was all sprite-based and on the Game Boy Color, and just I think that aesthetic fits the Pokemon. I think it fits the world better. I think it feels more vibrant. I think it feels more lively than the 3D games. 3D, I don't know, something about the soul of the series just doesn't translate for me in the 3D games. It very well could be just biased due to the fact that I grew up on these kind of games, on, you know, generations 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, I grew up on those games, so to me that's what Pokemon is. Yeah, Gen 2, like, there were less colors to work with on the Game Boy Color. Like, obviously the Game Boy Color does not have the capacity for a range of colors like the Switch does, but they just worked with what they had really well. And I think the more basic colors, they pop more. Like, it's, you know, there aren't so many nuanced shades of red and orange. It's just like there's bright red and there's, well, maybe a little dull red. Like, yeah, I do enjoy the Gen 2 sprites. I think that's the best aesthetic Pokemon's ever had. I do really like well, this is Generation 4, but I really like the Generation 5 aesthetic. Black and white, black 2, white 2. I think that also really works for Pokemon, but yeah, the sprite art for Generation 2, just Pokemon and the world just really feels alive and colorful. Now, granted, the design of the games that you can say are more basic, like there maybe isn't as much fleshed out in the world, but yeah. That's why I'm a big fan of the ROM hack I've been playing recently, Pokemon Emerald Sea Glass. They basically took Generation 3 Pokemon Emerald and just put it in the Generation 2 art style, and it looks so freaking good. Like, Emerald Sea Glass is by far the best looking ROM hack Pokemon game I've ever played, you know, seen. Just the aesthetic looks really freaking good. I mean, that's the entire reason why I have the Dragonite and Weavile up here above me, the sprites up in my user, you know, my logo, my, you know, name up there. Those are Generation 2 style sprites that I had someone on Twitter make for me for Dragonite. Now, granted, Dragonite already has a Generation 2 style sprite. It was in Generation 2 because it's a Gen 1 Pokemon, but I had them remake the sprite in a different stance. But Weavile obviously is not a Generation 2 Pokemon. It's from Generation 4. So yeah, I had to get a new sprite for Weavile created, and I just think they look so good. Yeah, I feel you. I understand that. Yeah, the colors definitely do pop. I think shiny Pokemon also look better in Generation 2 for the most part. You know, it always does depend on what the shiny actually is, but a lot of Pokemon have different shinies in Generation 2 than they have going forward. You know, a lot of Pokemon's shiny, they kind of change after Generation 2 because they were given more colors to work with, more more advanced technology to make the way the Pokemon look. And so the shinies change. Like I brought up earlier in the stream, Cyndaquil now has like its body's kind of orange and its fire maybe changes a slightly little, shade. It really might just be the body is like orangish red on the top instead of like bluish black. Back in Generation 2, the body kind of got a little darker, and it has purple flames. Like, basically, Shiny Typhlosion back in the day, back in Generation 2, is just Hisuian Typhlosion now. And then Pokemon like Charizard. Charizard did not have a red and black shiny initially. Charizard's original shiny in Generation 2 was purple and green. It was basically Barney. Like, Charizard was Barney in Generation 2 shiny. And then Generation 3 was when they changed it to red and black. But a bunch of Pokemon like that have different shinies in Generation 2. And they look very good, very nice. Now, not all of them changed shinies over the years. Like, you know, Umbreon has always been, at least, make sure I'm correct in this. I'm pretty sure Umbreon's always had, you know, the body basically stays the same, but the rings turn blue. I'm pretty sure that's how Umbreon's always had it shiny. I don't think that one's changed over the years. Yeah, it's a bit darker before, you know. Current Umbreon gets a little lighter in its body and the rings turn blue, but Generation 2 shiny Umbreon, basically the same thing. It's just a tiny bit darker of blue and black on the shiny. Had to look that up, make sure I was correct. Because I know not all of them change. Like, shiny Eevee has basically always been the same. I think, yeah, pretty much all of Eevee's evolutions have kept their shinies over the years. Like, the same, you know, Vaporeon, Flareon, Jolteon, they all had the same shinies back in the day as they do now. Pretty sure. Pretty sure. Let me check if I'm correct on the Eevee shiny. I know Pokemon like Rapidash. You know, current day Rapidash has black, kind of gray flames on its back, looks like smoke. Well, the original Generation 2 shiny was purple flames. So kind of like Typhlosion. The shiny for Generation 2 Rapidash had purple flames instead of what you call it, gray. It's almost like a Ghost Rider looking. I mean, Ghost Rider doesn't have purple flames, but still. I mean, I guess Generation 2 shiny Eevee is like it's a bit different than now. It's the same. It's roughly the same gimmick. Like, current shiny Eevee is like a whitish gray on the body with the white fluff. Generation 2 shiny Eevee was more like a darker gray on the body with the white fluff still. So it's like the same concept basically, but yeah, it was a bit darker in Generation 2. It's lighter now than it was. Now I'm trying to think, does Ponyta have the same shiny as it does it always? I think it's always had blue flames, but I think it was Rapidash that changed. Let's see, Ponyta. Have you always? Okay, no, actually, Generation 2 Ponyta was not very good looking. I'm not gonna lie, Generation 2 shiny Ponyta was brown. Like the flames are brown. Yeah, they're definitely not blue like they are nowadays. They became blue in Generation 3. Interesting. I did not realize that. No, I do not want Chikorita. I'm actually trying to look around. Thank you very much. Yeah, so Ponyta got a major glow up for the shiny. In fact, here, do I have? That's not what I'm trying to do. There we go. Pull it up on the screen here. Got it in front of everything. Maybe don't make it that big. Put off to the side. Anyway, I think y'all can kind of see what I mean for the Generation 2 Shiny Ponyta. It was yeah, like a brownish color. And of course, it scrolled all the way up there when I zoomed. Yeah, it's like a, yeah. Definitely does not look as good as it does now. Which is very interesting. And then if I can scroll up some and find Rapidash. Scroll back down again. But yeah, look at Shiny Rapidash in Generation 2. Like, this is sick. this is so cool with the purple flames. Like, it looks like a ghost horse. I mean, the gray kind of has that same vibe-ish, but it looks just more like smoke, really. But like the purple flames, that is so freaking cool. Anyways, got off topic there, off subject from what we're doing. Yeah, I mean gray Rapidash is still a very good shiny. Certainly do not hate it, but I think the purple looks better. I think if Generation 2 was blue Ponyta into purple Rapidash, that might be the greatest shiny evolution line of all time. Like the blue flames on Ponyta going into like a purple flame Rapidash, that would be really friggin' sweet of a shiny lineup. PokeHL. So I use OBS. I've never tried Streamlabs. Your first Pokemon game was a broken save file. What happened there? Broken save file. Was it a real game? Like what? How does that happen? Broken save file. But yeah, I use OBS for my stream. It just never saved. Huh. Yeah, don't know what happened there. Well, Heart Gold, you know, they don't have batteries in the game. If it was regular gold version, yeah, I could see the battery. The battery would be the issue, but in Heart Gold, yeah, I'm not sure why it wouldn't save. That is weird. No, I don't think I've ever heard of that. But as for... Oh, okay, oh yeah. Okay, so yeah, that does track. Regular gold version, yeah, would be battery, which is interesting that the battery would be the issue back when you first got it. Normally those batteries were good to last to like 15, 20 years in the games. Like, I have a copy of Yellow where the battery just went out. Like, the battery just dried out and you can't save on it anymore. Kind of surprised the battery would be an issue back in the day, but I guess that, you know, that can happen. You can have defective batteries that don't work off the rip. Yeah, I feel you. The copy of Crystal I have, it's if I can get my finger, it's sitting right there. You can't really see it. It's that little tiny box up there. If I can circle it right there. Pokemon Crystal. I bought that back in 2018, I think, something like that, and it has a dead battery, and I haven't bothered to change it. But I wanted to play through Crystal because I hadn't played a physical copy of Crystal in 20 years. So that I was about to say, I did the same thing. I put my copy of Crystal into my Game Boy Advance SP, and I just played through it without ever turning the game off. I just kept it constantly plugged into the charger if I wasn't you know, when I wasn't using it. So yeah, I did the same exact thing. I played through Crystal all the way. I beat the whole thing all the way through Red. I don't remember what my team was, but I did all that. I never saved. I just kept the game constantly running, and then one day had to turn it off, and it's all gone. Yeah, I really do like the SP. They're nice. Although in my older age, the chain, what up, how's it going? In my older age, the SP is it's a little bit small for me to use. You know, got it chilling right up here with me. Yeah, it's a bit small. Like I can use it, but after a long time, it's like, okay, my hands feel a little big for this. You know, it's a bit tough to use. Yeah, these things are really tiny. I mean, it's like, it is smaller than the palm of my, or it's basically the same size as the palm of my hand. Like, you know, my hand is well taller than it. It's like, these things are really small. They're very clutch. I mean, they're really compact, portable, but they're very small. Even a DS Lite can kind of be it's obviously a lot bigger, and still very usable, but sometimes it is a little bit like, you play it for long periods of time, it's compact enough that my hands are like, okay, this is a bit small. I would like a little bit more room to work with to hold on. Which is actually funny that the original fat Nintendo DS, I think, is the best form factor for me to use when playing a handheld game. Because they're like fat and big enough that like there's actually chunk to it that I can hold on to more easily with like bigger hands as a grown adult. So it's kind of funny, the original kind of inferior Nintendo DS is kind of the easier one for me to use. Stuff situated and get back to the resets. But yeah, Fly, yeah, it does kind of suck to play through the game and then just basically have the save file, you know, go away. I didn't even think about, I had a save file on my Pokemon Yellow version that I have back here behind me. It's right here. I had a save file on there that I had the Mew from the Mew glitch on, and I didn't even think about, once the battery dries out, that it's gone and that save file's just washed away. And I was trying to show it off on stream and be like, oh, let's look at my save file on Yellow. Let's look at the Mew. And it was like, oh, never mind. There's no save file on here anymore. The battery's dead. That was a bit unfortunate to figure out. I'm personally after the Totodile, but I'll take whatever we can get. I am not going to be picky. Nice, nice. Shiny Onyx is it's a fair shiny. Shiny Steelix, that's a solid shiny. Shiny Onyx it's fair, yeah. But finding any shiny, and that's another 100 resets down the drain, no shiny. Yeah, finding a just random wild shiny, especially when you're young and you really don't know what's going on. It's I think that happened to me with Geodude. I found a shiny Geodude in Pokemon Ruby, and I had no clue what it meant. I was just like, oh, okay. That Geodude's like orange. Cool. I think I caught it, but I do not still have that save file or Geodude around. It was lost to time. Probably as a kid, I caught it, and then I was like, oh, I want to replay the game, and I just reset my save file and was just like, shiny be damned. We're replaying the game without it. Dang, shiny Relicanth, that's really sweet. Shiny Relicanth is really nice. That's like a really I think that's a pretty underrated shiny. Like, shiny Relicanth looks really good. And then the fact that in Generation 3 there's only 3 Relicanths that you can find in the whole game anyways, getting one of them as shiny is pretty lucky, so that's awesome. Yeah, Gen 3 is a solid generation for sure. I'm a big Gen 5 fan. Generation 5 is my favorite, but Gen 3 is definitely up there in the top 3 for me. Goodness, what is up? I think I need to... Oh, there we go. Big pop, big pop. I mean, that's fair. Like I said, in the original Generation 3, shiny Relicanth is pretty rare and, you know, obscure to find. So yeah, I could see how you would just be like, oh, well, that's just Relicanth. Yeah, Black and White and Black 2 White 2. Specifically, Black 2 White 2 are my favorite games, but Generation 5 as a whole was my favorite. Actually, I remember Relicanth was the first Pokemon that I used a Master Ball on. I remember that. I don't know why. I was like diving around Sutopolis, doing whatever, and I'm probably 7, 8 years old. I find a Relicanth, and for some reason, my brain, I don't know what it was. I thought it was really rare, and I was like, oh, this thing looks really cool. This must be like something important. And I used my Master Ball on it. Why? I guess I was just like, oh, cool. I'll use my Master Ball. And I remember it explicitly because I failed to catch Groudon because I didn't have a Master Ball. So the first time I ever like played all the way through Ruby and got to Groudon, I didn't catch it. I had to knock it out because I couldn't catch it and I ran out of Pokeballs because I used my damn Master Ball on a Relicanth. I did the same exact thing. I also spammed. I had multiple. I had Ruby, I had Sapphire, I had Emerald. Actually, I have all 3 of them back here on my stand beneath the Dragonite right there. Still have all 3 of my childhood. And so I would play through the games with like all the starters. I would just run through with Blaziken, Swampert, and Sceptile, and I would just spam Hyper Beam. I was just like, oh, 150 base power? This is clearly the best move in the game. Spam. And I would wonder for the longest time why I couldn't beat Phoebe. I'm sitting here like throwing my head at a wall as a little kid, like, why can't I beat this hula hoop girl, this luau girl with these ghosts? Like, what is going on? Finally realized I had to use moves other than Hyper Beam to take out ghosts. Yeah, my playthrough style as a child was starter does everything, and then I would catch Pokemon along the way that I thought looked cool, but like I never used them. They were just in the party to be in the party. And say like let's say I caught a Poochyena early on in Ruby, never would use it. The starter did everything. And then once I just got down the road and found like a Mightyena, I was like, oh, that's the better version of Poochyena. I'm gonna catch that now and get rid of my Poochyena. And the only time any of my Pokemon that weren't my starter would get EXP was when my starter would faint because I didn't know what I was doing and I was just spamming my starter. But the starter would leave the Pokemon on like low enough health that something else could come in and finish it off. Like that was my playstyle. Starter spam, and everything that's in the party would just pick up, EXP along the way. Austin, what's up? What's up? How's it going? Honestly, that's a fair thought. Yeah, I'm doing solid. I had a nice Friday, just chilling. Went out and about with the missus. Did some shopping. Got some good food. But yeah, that's honestly fair. Like, that sounds like something that would work in real life. You want to attract a creature, use a call from its fellow species member. So honestly, that's actually smart for a child to think, like, oh, if I, in real life, if you called a bird with a similar kind of bird call, it would probably attract the bird. So let me try that in Pokemon. See if the Pokedex calling out the Pokemon's cry will bring in other Pokemon like it. I would never think of that as a kid. Oh man, let's see, what is that? We're now 200 encounters over where we started. We started at 1100, so now we are, so what, we're closing in on 1,000 encounters on the day. I should say we've done 300 or 200 actually no, that's wrong. We've done 200 and let's say 20 resets. So no, we're not out of 1,000 encounters yet. We're 660. But still, we've done a lot of encounters today so far in just an hour and 45 minutes. But still, did I press that? No, we're good. Okay. For a second, I thought I pressed the reset button more than once, but no, we're good. 1319 is Correctamundo. Let's see, what other dumb things did I do as a kid playing Pokemon? I don't know, can't really think of anything. I mean, I do remember when I first got Pokemon Crystal. I was like 5 years old. I would only play the game up until beating Whitney. I was dumb and didn't think to talk to people around the area. I couldn't figure out how to get rid of the damn Sudowoodo in the way of going past, going to Ecruteak and continuing the story. So I played Pokemon Crystal from start up until like beating Whitney just over and over and over as a child. Like, I would start the game, I would play up until Whitney, I would, you know, beat her, couldn't figure out how to get the damn Sudowoodo out of the way. And so I would just like roam around for a little while and then be like, okay, well, I'm bored. I'm going to restart the game. And I did that for a solid, I don't know how long I had Crystal before I figured out how to get past that Sudowoodo and keep playing. Probably a while, honestly. And really, I mean, the solution was as simple as like there was in Crystal at least, it's even less straightforward or not as like in your face in Gold and Silver, because in Crystal there's like the girl up there by the Sudowoodo who tells you about like going to the flower shop and getting the squirt ball, or like she indicates that you should probably go to the flower shop so you kind of have an idea of where you need to go. But no, I'm a dumb 5-year-old kid. I'm like not reading, I'm not paying attention. I'm just like, I can't figure out what to do. Why can't I get this tree out of the way? And it's like, well, kid, if you just read and talked to the people in the game, you'd eventually figure it out. And I mean, that might have been what happened. I might have gotten old enough to realize, oh, maybe I should pay attention to what they're talking about. Slate, yeah, that was also, I mean, shoot, I was even older when I started playing Generation 3, and I certainly got stuck in Slateport at first too, because I was like, how do I get these damn magma members to get out of the way? And then finally figured out you had to talk to dude in the shipyard to trigger the event in the museum. Which I guess is fair. Like they tell you that you're like going to Slateport to get in touch with this like Captain Stern dude. And so like it should be your first instinct to go to the shipyard, because like it's a boat captain. Now granted, kids are not the brightest bunch, and also they don't have just world experience to be like, oh, I'm looking for the captain of a ship. Where would he be? The shipyard. You know, the place where they make the boats. And so yeah, it certainly makes sense if you're paying attention to the story of what you're trying to do, that you need to go to the shipyard and talk to the captain. And by just going there and talking to people, it would trigger the event to go to the museum to talk to him. But like, you know, kids don't put 2 and 2 together, and they don't always think about what they're doing. It's just go. Man, I would really love to get a shiny on a really cool number like that. 1331, that would just itch my brain so well to get a shiny on that number. Just so aesthetically pleasing to me. But then like, you know, and then you go to 1332, not nearly as cool. Just doesn't hit the same. I mean, I would certainly take a shiny on 1332 for certain, but 1333 would have worked. I mean, that isn't as pleasing as 1331, but still it's satisfactory enough, you know? When you kind of forget about the 1 at the front, you know, the all 3s, that, you know, looks pretty, it looks good. Elite 4 and Black 2, I never had a good team as a kid and was stuck on Irish 1, so for me to be there. I mean, Iris is a solid champion. Like, she does not have an easy team for sure. She can, for a, you know, a dragon user, you know, you would expect that to be pretty easy with just like an ice type or something, but Iris is a pretty solid champion. I think Iris is up there with, like, nah, I think she's up there in champions for me, you know. My favorite champion, Cynthia, obviously. It's Cynthia. How could that... I feel like how is Cynthia not your favorite champion? I can understand there's a case for maybe like a Steven Stone, or I could maybe also understand Leon, but, you know, Cynthia's up there. For me, Lance is after Cynthia for like favorites. In terms of like difficulty or like a good battle for a champion, I think Iris is 2 to Cynthia. Well, nah, Leon honestly might be 2. Leon has a pretty solid team. But Iris is definitely up there. I feel like Iris is a very underrated champion. Yeah, Steven's certainly up there. Steven is very cool. Do like Steven. I don't like that they replaced him in Emerald. I really don't understand that decision. Because like you walk up to you ask any Pokemon fan, you know, who's pretty well established, like who's the champion of Generation 3? Who's saying Wallace? Like, I feel like even if Emerald is the only Generation 3 game you played, I feel like somehow you still know Steven is like the champion. Like, Wallace just doesn't like register as a champion. I don't know why they decided to make him Emerald's champion. Yeah, Lance has 3 underlevel Dragonites in Generation 2. I don't mind it. I mean, shoot. It kind of, you can kind of canonically make sense of it because, like, the whole Lake of Rage event was Team Rocket forcing Pokemon to evolve prematurely. So, like, you could kind of say maybe, like, and Lance was involved in that whole Lake of Rage incident, so you might could make a an argument that Lance took advantage of the Lake of Rage stuff to evolve some Dragonairs early. Lance's Aerodactyl also illegally knows a move. I think in Generation 2, Aerodactyl doesn't learn Rock Slide. I'm pretty positive it only learns like Rock Throw. Why it doesn't learn Rock Slide, don't know. But Lance's Aerodactyl knows Rock Slide. Hey, they're level 47 and 50, so like a fair bit below the 55 evolution level, but not you know. Oh, I don't remember as much for these games. I just remember in Generation 2 itself, which the double battle, I don't think a double battle with him exists in Generation 2. Well, double battles did not exist. Yeah, the double battles don't exist until Generation 3. So in Gen 2 itself, like Gold, Silver, Crystal, there's no double battle with him. Yeah, I don't remember about this game, the double battle, what level he is. I've only played through Heart Gold, Soul Silver all the way to the end one time. So I do not recall what his levels are like in this game. But I'll take your word for it. I mean, I'm sure he does. Like, you see him in the Rocket Hideout, Lake of Rage, with a Dragonite. So, like, if you battle with him, but considering the level of your Pokemon at that time in the game, I'm sure he does have a level 40 Dragonite. Like, it's probably even lower level than normal, considering everything. But yeah, back on Steven, I kind of get that maybe they wanted to change up the game enough that it's like warranting of a new version. Also, I think the post-game battle with Red in Gold, Silver, and Crystal, you know, the like the true final boss of the game. It's like, yeah, you beat the champion, but like, here's a guy even beyond the champion. Here's the real final boss. I think maybe that was also their idea, was like, okay, well, we give Steven the like champion role for the game, but then it's like, oh, rug pull, he's not actually the champion this time, but instead he's the secret final boss that's actually even stronger than the champion. Which I do kind of like. I do like that about Emerald, that there is a secret post-game battle with Steven where he has the like highest levels in the game. But I think I just prefer him being the champion, because Wallace just doesn't ring as champion for me. Plus, it's really weird to make the 8th gym leader a water type gym, and the champion be the water type champion. You're facing 2 water type specialists at the very end of the game, pretty back to back. Like, after you beat Wallace, or after you beat Juan, there's really nothing to do other than go take on the Pokemon League. Like, you're at the end of the game. Like, there's only a few battles in between you taking on Juan, the 8th water type gym leader, and then Wallace, the water type champion. Yeah, so I would prefer Steven to have just been the champion of Emerald. But then it's like, okay, well, if Steven's the champion of Emerald, what is the secret post-game boss fight? Because I do like that. I do like the secret post-game boss fight. Who do you make that fight? If Wally's certainly fair. That is certainly fair, making it Wally. I like that. I really do, because I think Wally deserved more, or yeah, May as well. The one thing about it being May or Brennan, like your rival, is they're not really battlers though. Like, that's not their shtick. Like, they kind of tell you like, I'm more here just to catch Pokemon for my dad. Like, their goal in the game is not to be like the strongest battler. That's Wally's thing, or you know, Wally's inspired to be a good battling trainer because of you. So maybe I do like it being your main rival, because you don't get a proper like end of game fight with them. But it's like not really their thing to be the like best trainer. It's more Wally's that he's trying to achieve that. So maybe Wally being the final post game like big battle would work. What else? I mean Birch, like Birch isn't really a battling professor though, you know. He's just like, Birch is really a research professor. Like Oaks makes more sense as a potential post-game battle, in the game battle. Like, there's the Oak fight in the code of the original games, because like they were thinking about making Oak the original final boss, or like post-game boss or whatever. A rematch with your dad would be pretty cool. After becoming champion, your dad's like, hey, meet me here, I want to go all out, I don't want to hold back, you know, because there is that thing with the gym leaders where like they kind of technically do hold back on you because of like your progression as a trainer. Like, they try and battle you, which it's only established that they really do that in like that one animated series they did where like Brock picks out his team against you based on your experience level as a trainer or whatnot. So it'd be kind of cool if your dad was like, hey, now that you're the champion, let me go all out and give you, you know, my best shot. And granted, as a normal type trainer, I don't know how you make him how you make him the toughest, because like normal types in general aren't that great in Generation 3, like, and then it's slacking is just slacking, like unless he somehow gets rid of its ability, it's not really going to be a big threat to you. Really, I never found Skyla that difficult. I didn't think she was that bad. You mean Winona from Generation 3, the Altaria girl? Winona is tough. Yeah, Winona is certainly tough with that Altaria. I mean, when you don't know what you're doing, once you kind of like get a little bit, you know, older and learn about the games more, you can certainly play around Winona better. She's still a tougher battle for sure. You know, if you're doing a Nuzlocke or something and you don't quite have the right Pokemon for Winona, it can certainly be a tougher battle. That is not wrong. Although really kind of ironically, a fellow flying type kind of negates her whole Dragon Dance scare, because like the big scare with Winona's Altaria is that it can Dragon Dance and set up, but the only move it has to take advantage of its physical attack is Earthquake. Its other attacking move is Dragon Breath, which is special. And it has Dragon Dance and like Safeguard or something, I think. So you you bring your own flying type into the battle. Shoot, you got a Skarmory. Her Altaria cannot touch a Skarmory. That thing is helpless against the Skarm. Yeah, I think Wally or your dad would be pretty good. If Steven was still the champion of Pokemon Emerald, I think Wally or your dad would be pretty good for the final boss. Or maybe one of the evil, maybe both Archie and Maxie, because obviously in Emerald you interact with both of them. There you bite both of them. So what if the secret final bosses of Emerald are when you go to track down Groudon and Kyogre in the post game, you then now I know the kind of resolution of the climax is that they're like, okay, we turned over a new leaf, we're good now, like we're not gonna keep doing all this, we see the error of our ways. But maybe it's not like they're back to evil deeds where they're trying to catch the legendary to do something nefarious. Maybe they're just like tracking it because like they're still very interested in it as a Pokemon, or like for lore, mythology, what you have it. They're just like, okay, I'm kind of tracking this Pokemon because it's like I put so much time and effort into it. I just want to like know more about it. And so as you're about to find them and like go catch them, Archie and Maxie are like, you know what? Battle me one final time. You're now the champion. Let me see. Let me really make sure you're worthy to like catch these titans of Pokemon. And so you get like a full-fledged, like all-out, high-level, you know, better team-designed Archie and Maxie. Oh, not trying to take the Chikorita. No, we are not. Shoot, why not all three? Why not Why not have Archie and Maxie be kind of like sub final bosses? They're just post-game battles, you know, stronger versions of Archie and Maxie's team that you take on. But then you still have like Wally as the final big boss of Emerald. It's still, I gotta be honest, it's still not as cool as Steven being the big bad final boss, but like Steven can only be the big bad final boss if he's not the champion, and him not being the champion just doesn't make a lot of sense to me, so it's just kind of what you gotta go with, in my opinion. Man. All right, let's see. I'm going to throw off that reset there. I'm gonna go grab some more water. I'm running out. Also gonna stretch my legs a little bit. I might have to take my dogs outside. We'll see how they're feeling, but I'll be back hopefully shortly. If not, 5 minutes max. Hopefully not that long. Hopefully it's only like a minute or two. We'll see how my dogs are feeling right now. All right, I have returned. Yeah, of course. ended up being a longer little break than I thought. Of course, did end up taking one of the dogs out. They were like, "Okay, please, need to go. Let's go." And then had to go to the bathroom myself. But we are back. We're going. We will keep persevering, keep chugging along, trying to get this one of these dang Pokemon to shine. We got to get something eventually. You know, it's gotta happen. We are long overdue for us to find a full odd shiny. It has been too long without one. Too long. We've been going at this for too long to not be rewarded with our patience. I mean, not this one necessarily, just all the hunts in general, which we're really only doing like, we really only have 2 full odds hunts that are going on right now with the Tepig and then this. I guess the Magikarp is kind of, it's a full odds hunt. Well, no, it's not. It's a very high odds hunt. You know, it's a 1 in 50,000 hunt, but still not a full odds shiny hunt. So yeah, we've been working on Tepig for a while. We've been working on this for a little bit here or there. In the meantime, to give us a little break from the Tepig hunt. But one of them got to shine eventually. We got 4 different starters we're going after. One of them got to work for us. Oh, goodness. Just had a random little lower back spasm right there on like the right side of my lower back down here. Just a random tiniest little spasm just kind of popped up as I was moving right there. It wasn't like anything crazy, but just a little bit, just a little, you know, little twitch of the muscle that was just like, oh, that was a little weird. Let's see, what are we looking at? We're looking at 120. I guess I could go. Trying to think of my limits for the day. Can I? What am I feeling? I mean, I'm feeling pretty good right now. I'm feeling pretty good. I think I could certainly keep pushing it for a good bit. I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends what you consider a good bit. For me, a good bit is like, I could definitely do another 40 minutes, but maybe even more. I guess I don't want to write any checks that I can't cash, but I'm feeling pretty good. We might be able to really chug along and get a bunch of resets out going into the night. Saying getting to 1500 resets would be, that'd be an ambitious, you know, we're about to hit 1400 pretty quickly here soon, but another 100 after that, certainly doable. I mean, it might be what we gotta do if we want to get this dang shiny. Thought about something wrong. Let me check. I think, am I good? Are we good here? Are we good? We good? Yeah. Just had to check on something real quick. We are good to go. All good in the neighborhood. Okay. Back to it. Let's see. What? my memory is, I was like, what were we talking about before I took that little break? Talking about the secret bosses of Generation 3. How many people out there have actually done the kind of, I don't know if it's really a secret, but it is a post-game kind of like final boss battle from Diamond Pearl Platinum where you take on Barry, you know, your rival at the end of the game in the battle resort frontier, one of those battle, you know, areas in the post game where you can battle him and his levels increase after a certain number of times you take on the Elite Four. I think for the longest time, I think Barry actually in that fight held the record for the highest level Pokemon from an NPC, or at least for a rival. I think Red might have topped it from Fire Red or Heart Gold, Soul Silver when those came out. You know, with this Pikachu being friggin' like level 88, but I think for a main rival character, Barry had the highest levels until I think Nimona might have the record now for a rival character at least. But Barry had I've done that before actually. I was setting up a save file of Platinum outside of this one for some other stuff I've been planning to do for YouTube and just have not done it yet. And I started working on that stuff probably a good 8 months ago and have not gotten around to it. And that is how bad I am about procrastinating things. But yeah, I beat the Elite Four a whole bunch of times, got Barry unlocked at his like highest level. I took him on just because I'd never done it before. I was like, well, might as well do it, you know, it'd be fun. Take on Barry and his fully highest level team. I mean, it's still an in-game NPC battle. It was easy enough to get through, but still pretty cool to see a rival with such high levels there at the end of the game. And then what does, so that was Generation 4. Does Generation 5 have I guess, what is Cynthia the like secret final boss of Generation 5? Kind of, sort of, because in actual Black and White, you know, you obviously, when you first go through the Pokemon League, you don't really take on Alder, you take on N, and then it's in the post game when you got to refight Pokemon League that you take on Alder for the first time. So like, I don't know if I'd really call that the secret final boss though, but you do battle Cynthia in Undella Town in the post game. So like, would you consider that? Is there a post game Charon fight? I'm trying to remember. I can't recall. Do you battle like a stronger Charon in the post game of Black and White? I don't remember. I'm feeling like you don't. I'm also feeling like I could be completely wrong on that. I think it's something I'd have to look up. Get my keyboard turned back on. I'll look that up. Do you actually fight Charon in the post game, or is this last battle before you take on the Pokemon League? Pokemon Charon. Bulbapedia, let's check out your third battle, fifth battle, seventh battle, and okay, so he does have post-game rematches in Victory Road. So let's see how. I mean, his Pokemon his Ace gets up to level 67. I mean, that's pretty solid. I guess you could kind of call that a post-game. Oh, I'm sorry. I've had y'all looking at a blank screen for like a couple minutes right there while I did that. Whoops. I guess you could call that, but I guess Cynthia would really be like the post-game final battle for Black and White. You do take her on in Undella Town. What is this Memory Link Charon battle on Black 2 White 2? Oh, interesting. You In Black 2, White 2, you can battle Charon through the memory link, and he basically has the same exact team that he has in his post-game battle of Black and White. Interesting. I guess that's why it's the memory link. It's like you're in like the memory in the past, like taking them on. Interesting. I feel like the memory link is a very underexplored feature of Black 2, White 2. I don't think I've ever really seen anyone talk about like using it and kind of exploring it. Obviously kind of hard to do now with, you know, I think you might need Nintendo Wi-Fi maybe to do them. I don't really know anything about the memory link system, so maybe you could do them nowadays. Still, maybe something for me to explore, try and figure out. How can I say that Black 2, White 2 are my favorite Pokemon games if I don't know everything about them? That's just a bit ridiculous to not, you know every ins and out detail of everything for your favorite game. Obviously, I'm being sarcastic. Alright, what do you got for me? What do we got? Nothing. Nothing at all. Oh, man. You ever just get something kind of like caught in your throat and you just kind of like, it's just kind of hanging out there? You gotta clear it out. I don't know. Holy shit! No way, no way, no way that just happened. No way that actually just happened. Holy shit. That is a shiny fucking Totodile. There's no way. No way. No, I thought my brain was playing a trick on me. There's no way. That's a, we get, what? I'm genuinely like that I have chills. Like I'm like shaking. Wait, what? That is a shiny Totodile. No way. 1,397 resets. And we got the one we wanted. We got the shiny Totodile. No way. That did not just happen. Oh, that did not just happen. Okay, obviously I need to take this as soon as possible and save the game. I thought it was shiny in the overworld too. That does not look shiny. We'll give it a nickname later. I don't want to mess around with anything. I want to save the game. Okay, cool. Yeah, give me all that, please, and thank you. Yes, I'm like getting nervous now. Please let me save the game. Please let me save the game. Where's the save button? Okay, saving. Yes. Yeah, Fly, you did. I just got the shiny Totodile. I just got the shiny Totodile. Like I thought I was clicking. Okay, saving a lot of data. Let's process this. Let's save. Omar, what up? How's it going? Thank you. I'm genuinely in shock and awe. Like, how did that just happen? I was like, what was I even talking about? I think I was literally laughing about the fact that I'm losing my mind on the shiny hunts. And then I just like, I went past it and my brain registered and I was like, wait, did I just see what I thought I saw? Okay, let's check it out. Good. Please tell me I was correct in that. That is a shiny, right? Yes, that is. It's not showing up super great on the camera. Sorry about that. But yeah, you see the star. You see the star. It's a shiny Totodile. I cannot believe that just happened. Like my brain like saw it and was like, wait, did I just see what I thought? I went back and it was actually. I cannot believe that. Come on, let's focus a little better. I'm gonna move the camera out of the whatchamacallit too. I cannot believe that we actually just got the Shiny Totodile. I cannot believe it. Oh my lord, that's crazy. The first full odds shiny of the Black 2 Shiny Living Dex has finally been found. Tepig, why are you taking so long? We just got the Shiny Totodile. Yeah, that's actually really good odds, because what, we're right under 1400 resets, which would be what? We're like right under 4,200 encounters, right? Because what, 1400 times 3 would be, yeah, so we're right under 4,200 encounters. Yeah, we gotta get the Tepig next. Oh my lord, I cannot believe it. I cannot believe that just happened. And it's actually the one we want. It's the one I wanted. It is actually the one I wanted, the Totodile. Oh my god. Yeah, Fly, I hope you find it too. I hope you find it too. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm like rejuvenated now. I've got the energy of 1,000 suns. Like I'm wow. I mean, shoot, should we try and do some Tepig resets? See if we can get 2 shinies somehow in one stream? Like, I got the energy to go now. Should we start should we do some resets for Tepig too? See what we can make happen. I really thought it, okay, it is shiny in the overworld. I swear when we first got it, maybe it was and I just couldn't see. It is shiny in the overworld. Shoot, okay, well I'm gonna save the game again. And I think we're gonna do some more Tepig hunts. I think I'm gonna, you know what, I'm gonna save one more time just to be safe. Saving again. Yeah, I think we're gonna throw in some Tepig resets right here to see if we can somehow make magic really really happen in one night. So I know I just saved 3 times, but I'm scared to turn my DS off. I'm genuinely scared to turn it off. Like, I gotta look at it one more time. Shiny Totodile. Man, I wish the DS would show up on the... Okay, the colors kind of pop better when I turn the DS at an angle to the camera. Wow. Yeah, I'll nickname it down the line when I get to the name raider in the game. I did not want to risk the game crashing and losing the shiny. Okay, save one more time, and then I'll turn it off, and we'll pick up some Totodile resets. Yeah, that, wow. Okay. Turn the game off. It's such a scary feeling. Like, I know I just saved a bunch of times, but it is scary. Like, I'm worried that I'm gonna turn the game back on and it's gonna be gone, and I'm gonna be like, what the fuck happened? Do I want to get... I guess I should have 2 DSs going for the Tepig. Probably the best idea. So we get gotta tweak my setup a tiny little bit to get everything situated for the Tepig. So what am I doing here? We gotta go to bam, switch over to this scene. I think we're all good on the settings. Go over here. Always a little tricky getting this situated. Should be fine like that. get you onto screen. I cannot believe we just found that freaking Totodile. I cannot believe that just happened. Like, I cannot believe that just happened. Like, that really snuck up on me. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I genuinely was like, I don't know, maybe it's getting close to midnight, maybe I'll just call it a stream at 1400 encounters, maybe we'll just we'll try again another day. Like, I was genuinely about to call it quits, and then that Totodile popped up, and it just, I did not see that coming. Actually, let's move the camera over a little bit. I'll situate it a little bit over here instead. And now let's see, can we somehow double up on some full odds shinies tonight? Can I get a freaking shiny Tepig to go along with the shiny Totodile? Let's see, I have to get this all situated. I think we're all good here. Oh, just wondering why. That should be fine. I think we're good. I need to change the encounters thing real quick. So what are we on for Tepig? We're at 7450, so we can get rid of, actually I need to make sure I have this written down so I know when we got the shiny Totodile. I have that written down on my handy dandy energy card. That's how I was keeping track of where we were on the reset. You can see SS starters 1100 was where we started the night, and let me get my pen out of here. Cross that out. Scratch out the 1100. We're at 1397 when we got the shiny Totodile. Man. And let's see, so where are we on the Tepig hunt? We are at 7450, so 7448 plus 2, 7450. There we go. Ba-bam. All right, Totodile, let's do it. Let's freaking do it. Let's do it. Oh my lord. There's no shot. There's no shot we get a second shiny tonight. Like, there's no shot, right? Like, I'm hyping myself up for nothing. Like, there's no shot we get a shiny Tepig here. Good lord, that's an invigorating feeling, finding that finding a shiny like that. Wow. So yeah, if you're new, if you just joined in on the stream because you saw the Totodile, Chikorita, and Cyndaquil on the thumbnail, and you're under the impression we are looking for a shiny Johto starter, I just found one. I just got the shiny Totodile, I don't know, 10-15 minutes ago in the stream, and yeah, we got it at 1397 encounter, or resets I should say. I'm still in shock and awe that just happened, and we're gonna see if we can get our Totodile or our Tepig hunt to line up with the universal odds and somehow get a shiny here too. So I don't know if I have the character space in the title of the stream to add that we're also doing Tepig hunts. So yeah. The thumbnail as of right now is like a bit misleading because we are not we're not looking for the Johto starters anymore. Is there any way I can edit this right here? I think if I click edit, how much? Oh yeah, no, I only have 3 characters available to me in the title of the stream, so I don't think I'll be able to change that right now. Man, I just cannot. That actually just happened. That actually just happened. Oh my. I gotta go back and watch that reaction. I don't even know. I blacked out. I don't even know what I did during that reaction. I don't know what I said. I don't know what I did. I was just beside myself. And that Totodile was basically like, it was a little bit over half odds, but like it was right at half odds. You know, half odds is 4,096 in these games. And we were at like 4,100, maybe 80 something. Like we were just a tiny bit above half odds in terms of encounters. I'm not gonna lie. I'm starting to regret. I'm starting to regret turning on this Tepig hunt after. I feel like maybe I should have just ended the stream on a high note and been like, okay, we got the shiny Totodile. Let's call it a night. I think I got a little overzealous. Should have. Oh well. We don't have to be here super incredibly long. You know, we can just do some Tepig, you know, just a few more Tepig encounters to round out the night. See if we can maybe strike gold twice. And if not, oh well. We still had an incredible shiny find on the day. Man, oh man, wow. How do I want to package that? Do you know if it's possible to transfer from? If it's not in a, like, when you say repro, like, yeah, unfortunately, no, I don't think so. I don't know how well reproduction copies are made. I'm gonna say I don't think they can communicate properly, because like, to transfer from Gen 3 to Gen 4, you have to have the Gen 3 game in the DS slot and the Gen 4 game, you know, in the, you know, DS game slot. I don't know if a repro copy is going to have the capabilities of communicating with the like DS and the Gen 4 game correctly to transfer up. I've never tried myself, so I don't know, but I'm going to say I doubt it. Unless reproduction copies have been made incredibly good as of late, but I don't think so. Because I imagine reproduction copies are typically made by people who are like just trying to make money, and not necessarily the ones that are like insanely knowledgeable about the inner workings of all the, like, they might be, I really don't know, they might be knowledgeable enough about how the DS and the DS games all communicate and work together, but I don't know. I mean, it's because it's one of, if not the most popular Pokemon game of all time. Or yeah, it's one, I don't know if I'd say it's the most popular, but Emerald is considered one of the best Pokemon games ever made. It's very popular. And those third version games from way back in the day, they did not sell like a whole shitload of copies like the mainline versions of the games did. So yeah, it's probably just because Emerald's a popular game and it's not, Emerald wasn't as highly produced as like Ruby and Sapphire. So there's not as many of them out there. There's still millions of them out there, but not as many millions as the other games. Yeah, it is definitely unfortunate for sure. I'm very thankful and lucky that I held on to my childhood copy of Emerald. Didn't do that with all my childhood games, but at least with Emerald I held on to it. Yeah, I sold all of my childhood games other than my Generation 3 ones. I kept my Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald from my childhood. Every other Pokemon game, got rid of them. Not sure. Yeah. In like middle school, my mom was like, do you want all these? I was like, I'll keep those 3. You can get rid of the rest of them. She was like, okay. Yeah, there's always the option of buying foreign copies like Japanese. Japanese Emerald is nowhere near as expensive as English Emerald. Japanese games are a lot cheaper than English ones, so I understand the issue of that is you can't read the game if you don't know Japanese, but yeah, that is certainly an issue. I guess, when's the last, I guess you don't like, maybe, do you not know the story of Emerald or like the playthrough of the game super in depth? That's probably why you're trying to play it. Or maybe not, I don't know. I think for me, like, I could play through the Japanese, I have played through Japanese versions of games. The older games I played through a lot, so I gotcha. So like basically any games generations 1 to 5 I could play through in Japanese without needing to read them because I know what I have to do to beat them, but it is nice to be able to actually read the game though. Yeah, that would be tough. I wouldn't know how to do the events for Mew and Deoxys in a Japanese copy though. Yes. Technically, it's not in the game, but you can transfer it from the Pokemon Coliseum bonus disc to a copy of the Generation 3 game. So it's not like in the game itself, but if you have a Coliseum bonus disc, which is also insanely expensive, so it is a Gen 3 event. You need Pokemon Coliseum though to get it. Like you get Jirachi in Generation 3 through a bonus disc that came with the game Pokemon Coliseum. And unfortunately, those are also incredibly expensive. And you need a GameCube. So yeah, you would need a GameCube, the Coliseum bonus disc, a cable that connects your Game Boy to the GameCube. You need a copy of a Generation 3 game, and then it transfers a singular Jirachi into your save file. I don't know about RS4. Gotta be honest, don't know what that is. I saw somewhere on Twitter that a YouTuber called I'm a Blissey, I guess, created maybe an event using the e-reader. I'm trying to remember the tweet, but someone said that they shiny hunted Jirachi using the e-reader and a special card that a YouTuber like made that would distribute a Jirachi into your game using the e-reader or something. I could be getting that completely wrong. I'm basing it off of a tweet that I saw like months and months ago, but yeah, I don't know. For me, in like when I'm gonna shiny hunt Jirachi for this whole thing, or not Jirachi, Deoxys, you know, I have a Game Shark, so I'm gonna use the Game Shark to get the item that'll take me to Birth Island so I can encounter Deoxys. I don't think you can. I mean, there might be Game Shark codes that could put like a Jirachi into your game, but like I don't think you can shiny hunt it that way. You know, for Deoxys, I just need the Game Shark to give me the item so I can go to the island to find Deoxys, because yeah, then you can shiny hunt it from there. But yeah, Jirachi is exclusively like you got to transfer it into your game from the Coliseum bonus disc. And there might be workarounds from that. I don't know too well, you know, about that or not. Haven't looked into it in a super amount of depth because I am nowhere near hunting Jirachi right now. I feel like people keep coming and going from the stream, and they keep coming in thinking that I'm hunting for a Johto starter, and they see me hunting Tepig, and they're like, "What's going on here?" Not knowing that we got the Totodile like 30 minutes ago. That was probably like 20 minutes ago. So yeah, if you are just now joining the stream thinking I'm going to be looking for a Johto starter, I got a shiny Totodile 20 minutes ago, and now I'm doing Tepig just for funsies. Which actually, I don't want to keep this going too long, not doing like a whole bunch of Tepig encounters, so I think we'll just round out to 7480, and that'll be the end of the stream. We got a shiny Totodile. I just wanted to jump in here to see if we could somehow pull off the craziest thing ever and get a shiny Tepig as well. So let us see, could we? I truly do not know how I would react if I got a shiny Tepig here. Like, that would be bananas. I can't believe we got that freaking Totodile in 4,000, just a little over 4,000 encounters, and Tepig over here is like, "Ew, we're gonna go to odds. Don't you worry, we're going to odds." Ooh, excuse me. Oh wow, big poppin'. Oh man, God, these resets are so slow. Like after doing the SoulSilver starters for the whole stream and now going to this, good lord, these resets are so slow. All right, well, we only got 2 more chances to try and make magic happen and get a second full odd shiny tonight. Okay, I'm about to be done. Like, I'm just about to finish. Yeah, if we can somehow make magic happen and get a second full odd shiny right here at the end of the stream, I do not know what I would do or how I would react, but I'm not expecting it to happen, but damn, it would be freaking cool if it did. But hey, we got 1 shiny today. That is all we need. That is all we needed. And what am I doing? How did I not remember to do this? Shiny's caught. We are now on 56 because we got the Totodile. I forget about that. Well, my keyboard wakes back up. Let's get through this right here. You should be awake now. 56. We have 56 Shinies caught, including our first full odd shiny. First 1 in 8,192. All right, Tepig, what do you got? Yes, I should probably do these one at a time. I think I'll do the Japanese copy first. I don't know. Oh my god. Okay, we're good. We got a shiny over here, which would be a negative. But how about on our English copy? We have a second shiny in us on the night. And I'm losing my voice. I think the yelling or just the talking in general, and then getting excited over the Totodile, losing my voice. Yeah. Can we do a second shiny? Yeah, didn't think so. It was worth a shot though. It was worth a shot. So wow. What a stream. We actually managed to get a shiny Totodile in SoulSilver doing the soft resets. Tried our luck at, getting the Tepig. Did not work out, but as always, thanks so much to everyone for dropping by the stream. It's always so greatly appreciated, and I am glad I was finally able to deliver a real full odd shiny encounter, shiny reaction for y'all. So yeah, I'll be back. What's today? Friday, I guess. I will be back on Monday with this. We'll be back looking for Tepig, so I will see you all then.